Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can make tracks in the style of NCS, something similar to these songs from Tobu, Itro, Jim Yusuf and other similar artists. And before starting the breakdown, let me show you how the final result sounds like. Okay, so let us start with the leads now. Here are all the lead layers I am using. Here you have to use different layers because it will make your sound fuller, wider and more interesting than a single sound. And this is how all your leads will sound without mixing. Now for the mixing, let us route all these to the mixer track, and here you can see I have routed all these to the mixer track and then to a burst track here. Now I have a Pro Q4 here to remove all the low ends and to boost some mids from here. Then I have an OTT as a compressor, and then I have a fruity stereo enhancer here because for me the sound was a bit white, so I use this to make it a bit mono. Then I have this Saturn here with dash scoop BM preset because it sounds good for me. You can adjust it according to your taste. And then again I have this EQ here to remove the lows and a bit of highs. And then I have this peak controller to control the reverb of this Valhalla vintage verb. I've already showed you how to control reverb from this in the previous videos, you can check out those. And then I have this fruity volcano for the filter automations and this endless smile for the same. Then I have this Valhalla delay, and this adds a lot of shimmer delay in the background, which I really like for this sound. And then again I have this Pro Q4 for removing all the frequencies added by the above plugin. We have this kickstart for the sidechain, and this is our leads after mixing. After this, we have our saw chords which follow the same rhythm. And for the mixing, I am using this EQ to remove the lows and another EQ to duck some frequencies from the mids which might clash with the leads for the space, and a stereo enhancer to push the sounds to the sides, and at last a kickstart 2 for the side chain with the 50% mix. And this is our saw chords after processing. After this, I have another synth chord stack with these layers. And now for the processing, I have route instrument to these mixer tracks, and here I'm using a Pro Q4 to remove this low end and these frequencies from the mids. Then I have an OTT for the compression, a stereo enhancer, a Suit 2 to remove the harsh frequencies from the sound, another EQ to shape the sound, and then Valhalla vintage verb along with peak controller to control the reverb, and then Volcano 3 for the low pass automations, and a kickstart for sidechain. And this is our chords after processing. And now to add the warm mid frequencies, we will need piano. For the piano, I am using these two presets. And now for the processing of the piano, I have this EQ here to remove all the highs and the lows, then an OTT for compression, then again an EQ to boost some frequencies, a Volcano for cutoff automations, and a kickstart 2 for the sidechain. And this is our piano chords after processing. And now it's time to add the mid bass, and for this I'm using these layers. So the processing of mid bass is quite interesting. I don't want the highs, so I'll just first remove the highs and the low subs, which I'll add later on. Then I'll use this set and 2 with this preset. Then again an EQ to duck down some frequencies, and at last a kickstart for the sidechain. And this is how our mid bass will sound like after processing. And now we will need a sub bass to fill the low spectrum in the mix. And now the processing for this is really simple. We just need a Fruity parametric EQ to remove all the highs, and we need the bass here, then a kickstart 2 for the sidechain, and a compressor. And after all the processing, we have a clean sub bass that sounds like this. And now for the tracks in the style of NCS, we also need an ARP that will fill the mix and give it a rhythm. And for the drums, we are going to use the standard house pattern and some variation in the drum pattern. For the second half, I'm going to use the dubstep pattern for the first half, and for the second half, I'm going to switch back to the progressive house pattern. Also in the second half, I have chopped all the elements into this pattern. And in this part, I am going to continuously repeat a single part of the melody. And for some organic feel, we are going to play the chords with the string preset. And for the build up, we are also going to use a Reese bass that sounds like this. And for the build up drums, we have this pattern here. And with this, we are done with our track. And if you want a closer look at this project and learn more, you can check the first link in the description. Now let us see what we have made.